friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alexa and today I'm going to be filming a very exciting and extreme book haul. So I've been wanting to film a book haul for a while. I wanted to film one in the summer actually because I got so many new books over the summer just being back home and not being here where all my books are. But I decided to kind of leave some of those books out and kind of show y'all some more recent books that I've gotten, some books that I've thrifted and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So first I'm going to start off with books that I've gotten pretty recently that I've already read. So there's just a few of them. So the first book I have here is Black Girl Call Home. This is a poetry anthology and it's just this writer talking about all of their thoughts on many social topics and social issues. The next book I have is I Kissed a Girl, and this book I actually pre-ordered. It came out in the beginning of August. This book essentially follows this girl Lila, who's an actress on this movie set, and this other girl Noah, who is her makeup artist, and it just kind of follows like their journey on set and their relationship, and it was really cute. The next one is Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. Obviously, like I've said, I've read all of these ones already. This one was insane and like something I've never read before. The next book I have here is The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics. This book I actually read recently in a reading vlog, and this book is now one of my favorite books, so I'm so happy I picked it up. I picked it up on such a whim. I had never heard of it before I got it, so it was such a great find. And lastly, for the books here that I have read, these are actually ones I've gotten most recently, which are Crier's War and Ironheart. So I got Crier's War a little while ago and then I read it and immediately ordered Ironheart, and I just finished this yesterday, so yeah. Okay, moving on to books that I have thrifted. We have kind of a little bit of a chunky pile here, so let's get started. The first book I have here is Love is Letting Go of Fear. I don't really know like what this is about. I just thought it was cute. Like I just loved the title and I think it looks so pretty in like the purple font, and I just thought it was cute. Next I have this book called Writing Down the Bones, and I don't really know much of what this is about other than it kind of, you know, gives advice about writing, and I think it just like really simplifies everything. Next I have the book Fingersmith, which I am really excited about. I have picked up this really like used, almost like kind of water damaged copy, which I don't mind at all. It's actually like in pretty good shape, like, you know, it's not falling apart, and I like that it's used, and I've been wanting to read this book for a while now. I'm pretty sure it like takes place in the 18th century. That's all I know. That's honestly like, that is all I know. I think there's like queer characters and that is all I know. Now these books I actually got most recently. I just went to Goodwill like a few days ago, got these books, really excited about them. The first two books I have here are classics. I really like getting classics at Goodwill because normally I wouldn't really want to buy classics at like full price. So I feel like when you're at Goodwill and there's like, you know, $2-3 classics, it's just such a good opportunity. So the first book I got was Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I've never read anything by Agatha Christie, so I just picked this up. The next book I have here is Heart of Darkness and Selected Short Fiction. I don't know what that means, like if there's more like stuff at the back or something. I actually don't know anything about this book, but when I was in Goodwill, I was reading on the back, it said, Heart of Darkness is widely regarded as a masterpiece for its vivid study of race and the greed and ruthlessness of imperialism. And that caught me, so I was like, whatever, I'll get it, I'll give it a shot. It is written by a man though. It always fascinates me. Oh, someone highlighted stuff in here. Very curious about what this person highlighted. Let's see. This person highlighted this quote. It says, "It's queer how out of touch with truth women are." Oh god. Moving on, the next book I got was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I don't really know anything about this book except for that the people who like it really like it. So I'm not sure like what this is about at all. It just says, "An extraordinary novel of love, loss, and hope. The monster has come calling for Connor, and it wants the most dangerous thing of all. It wants the truth." It's really short and like really big font, so I think it'll be easy to read. The next book I got is called Kissing Kate. I've never heard of this ever. This doesn't like look familiar to me at all. But it says on the back that like these two best friends basically kiss one day when they're drunk, and then it's just kind of like a will they won't they kind of thing. And I just thought, why not? So yeah, now I have this. I also found there Orange is the New Black, and I was like not about to get this at first. It was $2, so you know, I was like, okay, I could get it or I could not, because like, am I gonna read that? Like, I've watched the whole show and I love the show, but I decided that I was gonna get it because it's been a while since I've seen the show, and obviously this isn't, you know, directly like the show. I feel like if it's gonna be anything like the show, it'll be like season 1, you know? But I figured it'd still be like fun and it would still have like Orange is the New Black vibes, and it's obviously by the woman Piper. It's a memoir, so I feel like it could actually be pretty cool. These last two things I'm very excited about. I'm so sad because the stickers they put on the books at Goodwill, I hate them because they are horrible and they damage the books so much. I got this book, Winter Counts, except it got all ripped, and it's so sad because this book is in like such good condition. I just love how like big it is. I think it like might be one of those versions where it's actually like bigger text, because it's just like a very large paperback. I was really excited to get this book. I've heard about it and heard good things, and I've seen it around. I know it's set on like Indigenous reservation. The last book I got, I'm really excited about. I hope it pulls through. It looks so cute. It's called Lost at Sea, and it's actually a like graphic novel, and it's so cute. I just love this style. I think it's so adorable. The only thing that has me worried is this is by Brian Lee O'Malley, who wrote Snot Girl, which I thought was pretty poorly executed, if I'm being honest. So I'm a little like, hope this pulls through, but I just think it's so cute and so precious, and I have no idea what it's about at all, but it's so cute and I'm really excited to like read this. I'm so hyped. Okay, so lastly I have this big pile of books, which are books I haven't read yet, and I just got from a bunch of numerous places, Barnes and Nobles, random bookstores, some little free library stuff. So yeah, got a lot here, so let's get started. So the most recent book I got is Sex Education: The Road Trip. Y'all, I am so excited about this book. Having spin-off books of shows, like that should be something that is extremely common. Like that is such a cool and unique idea. So my expectations are kind of high for this, and I'm just excited that these 4 characters are the ones like going on this road trip, because I would definitely say like Maeve, Amy, and Eric are like 3 of my favorite characters. I really like a lot of the characters, and I like Otis. I just don't really like, I don't know, like I don't really care that much, like as much as I care about like Maeve and Amy and all of them. This was out in Barnes and Nobles, this single copy, no other copies there, 4 days before it published. So some Barnes & Noble's employee like slipped up and I got so lucky. I was really excited about it. The next book I got is These Witches Don't Burn, and I'm really excited for this one. I've actually been anticipating this for a while. It's a YA, it's queer, it has witches, it has this amazing cover, and it has a sequel. I think it's a duology, and it just sounds really cool. Like, it just sounds like this kind of group of friends, and I don't know, I don't really know much about it, but like the general premise sounds really cool, so I'm excited about it. Next, I have Juliet Takes a Breath, and I'm super happy with this edition of the book. This is definitely by far my favorite version of this cover, and this book just seems so great. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. I don't know much about this book, I just know it's about this girl, Juliet. She's Puerto Rican, she's from the Bronx, she's queer, and I think she like goes on a road trip, possibly. It says, in a summer bursting with queer brown dance parties, a sexy fling with a motorcycling librarian, and an intense exploration of race and identity, Juliet learns what it means to come out to the world, to her family, to herself. The next book I have is You Should See Me in a Crown. I actually picked this up over the summer and I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I just heard that it's like a really cute, sweet, fluffy YA. It actually has the Stonewall Honor Book Award, and I know it's about like roughly it's about like these two girls who are like going up against each other for prom queen, and then they like become friends or they like start a romance. The next book I have here is The House on Mango Street, and I'm really excited to read this book. It's super short. I've heard nothing but great things, and I don't know much about it other than it follows like a young Latina girl growing up in Chicago, and I just think it'll be like really interesting, especially like the way it's written. I just love how it's like short and it's kind of like in vignettes. The next one I have here is Big Little Lies, and I really like this edition. It's super floppy. Look at the flop. And I never really had a desire to read Big Little Lies. I think someone wrote like a family tree chart in here. That's super helpful, actually. Thank you so much. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited to read this. I think it'll be like fun and dramatic, and I'm excited that it has a show too, because I love like reading books and then watching the show or movie after. Next book I have is I Kissed Alice. This is actually an ARC that I found in a little free library, and in theory this book sounds really cute. Like, it's about these two girls that don't like each other, and then they connect online, but they don't know it's the other person, and then they like start liking each other, I think. And there's like comics in here also, like with the text, but I have seen like a lot of negative reviews on this book, so I'm a little apprehensive to start it. I hope maybe it's better than I'm anticipating it to be. So yeah, but I'm still very open to it. I think the idea is really cool, so I'm excited that I have this one. Next, I have my first and only Stephen King novel, which is Pet Sematary. I'm just really excited to read a Stephen King, like, just because I have never, and I just like feel left out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what his writing is like, what's the hype about. And I really wanted to start with one that I like kind of knew I would probably like. I think I really will like this one. The next one I have is Without by Donald Hall. This is actually a poetry collection, and I was super excited. I saw this at the last bookstore, and it was on sale for $5, and I read one of Donald Hall's previous books, and this one I was really interested in because it's written to and for his wife who passed, and I just think this is gonna be so emotional and stunning and beautiful, and I'm really excited to read this one. Next book I have here is Candide. I actually got this as a gift for my birthday. In all honesty, I had no idea what this was when I first got this, and I was with my friend because it was my birthday, and I was like, what is this? And she was like, it's Candide, you idiot. it's Candide by Voltaire, you know him. I was like, no, I don't actually. So, but I am excited about this because, you know, it's a classic. I enjoy classics, seeing how they're written and the language and the perspective. It has this little guy in the front. And when I looked it up on Goodreads, like the idea of this actually does sound very intriguing, like the whole moral message going on here, so I'm like, maybe I'll like it. I don't know. Next book I have is Mexican Gothic. I thrifted this book. I mean, technically I got it from an old bookstore, I guess, but it was $10 for this hardcover, and I'm still blown away by that. I never get hardcovers, so this is really an event for me. And yeah, I don't know anything about this at all. I know it like has really gothic vibes. Like I've heard people say that like the setting in this book is like one of the best parts about it and like what makes it feel very horror-esque. So I'm really excited to read this one. The next book I have is another gift I got for my birthday, which is Little Women. My friend Cass got this for me. I'm literally so grateful. I've never read Little Women, so I'm actually so excited to read this and again be able to watch the movie after. I'm obsessed. It's so beautiful. I like keep it on my shelf just like this. You can see the beautiful spine. I'm just so happy with it. I've never had a book like so beautiful before. The last two books before we jump into comics, I actually got both of these at 50% off because Barnes & Nobles was having a sale, so I had to. They're both hardcovers. So the first one I got was Yoke, and I'm so obsessed with this. I mean, look at the hands. And when you take off the dust jacket, I mean, it takes like nothing. Needless to say, I'm so excited about this book. I've wanted it simply because of its appearance for very long. I've heard mixed things, but I just know it like follows two sisters. I think they were separated, possibly. That's like literally just a guess though. Anyway, point is that both of these books involve sister duos because the next one I got is The Ones We're Meant to Find. This one also is literally stunning. Like, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my god. And the inside, yeah, that drives me crazy. I know The Ones We're Meant to Find is more sci-fi, so that'll be interesting, but really all I know about both of them is that they follow sisters. But other than that, I don't know much about them, but I'm really excited to pick them up one day. Okay, so now we're moving on to comics. I have quite a bit, but I'm just gonna, you know, go through them real quick. So the first comic I got is actually from a free little library, and that is the Runaways True Believers comic. I'm so stoked about this because I loved the Runaways TV show and I've always wanted to read Runaways comics, so I'm really excited that I got this one. The next comic I have is Suki Alone, which I am so excited about. I'm actually shocked I haven't read this yet because I was looking forward to this one for a while. This basically just follows Suki Alone while she was at that prison, Boiling Rock. So I just think this is gonna be so good. There's obviously a little Kyoshi shout out, so I'm really excited for this one. Next few comics are all like DC Harley Quinn comics. So the first one I have here is Harley Quinn Welcome to Metropolis. I'm actually currently reading this one. I'm almost done with it. And this one is kind of like an anthology of a bunch of comics, and it starts with Harley and Ivy leaving Gotham and going to Metropolis, and then like what happens from there. And these next three I actually got really cheap from the last bookstore too. They have so many good comics, so if you're in the LA area, I highly recommend. The first one I have here is Harley Quinn Harley Destroys the Universe. It's actually volume 2, but I really don't care about reading comics in order sometimes. Like, sometimes I just bite the bullet and like go in. So this is what she looks like. I literally love this cover. I'm obsessed. I wish I could just like display it somewhere. Anyway, I'm most excited because I really like the art style in this one. I've seen this art style online and like on Pinterest and like reposted places because I think it's kind of universally loved. It's just a really cool style. So I'm excited to read this one and hopefully collect the rest. Next, I got this Birds of Prey comic. It's volume 2, Your Kiss Might Kill. And it's about Ivy like getting captured and the birds of prey coming to save her. I'm almost positive. This is what it looks like. It looks really cool. The inside is really cool too. Like the art is amazing. This next one I got is New Suicide Squad Volume 3, Freedom. There was a few Suicide Squad ones there and I wanted to get one. And this one piqued my interest the most. Okay, so last but not least, I have 6 comics here that are comics that come out weekly. I actually recently went to a comic book store and got like 3 or 4 of them. I just really like collecting those ones because they're short, they're really cheap, and I've been finding it really fun to read them as they come out. So let me show y'all what I got. So these next 3 I got actually probably like a few months ago in the summer. First I got Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. This is the 4th book in this series, but this one I really liked. This was so good, and obviously it's very short. I also got Man-Eaters The Curse. This is the 1st edition. I also got this Legend of Korra comic that came out for free comic book day, and I haven't read any of these yet other than this Harley one, so I'm so excited to read all of these. These next 3 I got more recently, and the first one I actually have read, which is the 1st edition of the Harley Quinn Eat, Bang, Kill tour. I am so excited I got this in a physical copy. It's just so cute, and I absolutely love the art style in this one. Like, I just think it's so good, and it looks so true to the show, which I really like. The next one I have is called Save Yourself, and I don't really know much of what it's about. I just thought the art style was really cute. This is what it looks like, and this is the 1st one. And lastly, I got this comic called Mamo, and I am obsessed with this cover. I think it is so beautiful. I think this art style is so beautiful, and I think that's like what really draws me to getting these comics, especially in these short little versions, is just they're just such a cute little piece of art. They're almost just like, you know, zines, and I'm just so excited. I'm so like enthralled. All right, those are all the books in this very lengthy book haul. I am so excited to have accumulated all these books. I feel so grateful and excited. I'm just so excited for, you know, my impending TBR. But other than that, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me, and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think. Thanks so much for hanging around, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Limb from limb, head to toe.